Alright, on one against Vessel, green white aficionado. Had internet problems last weekend, so maybe we wait a bit. So this hand is low. It has already two kind of dead cards. I think we can do better on 6. Yeah, that's more. Has both basic and of course. Of course, Yumi. Like the problem is Yumi will grow really big, right? The problem is they like if we let this resolve, yeah, I think we have to. Like there are just so much more threatening cards in the deck. I think yeah. It's obviously bad for us, but I don't think we can afford to take a turn off. I think I have to go bottom here. They could obviously have a way strip mine, and it's horrible for us, but we need just action here. Yeah. That's kind of why I wanted to force it, just because counter force, but I don't know. I think there's there are just a lot of games where they just have Archon and no Karen. So these are unfortunately not nice. And we get one. Yeah. Like this is exactly why I wanted to force Lumi right. Now Lumi has done so much damage, and yeah. I'm still not sure what is correct here. That like forcing Lumi would have bought us a bunch of time, right? But They like they have so much disruptive pieces, right? They have fires and icons and stuff, and they only take 4 caverns, right? So yeah, we want the swords plowshares, we want the dress stones, the containment free, maybe a tabernacle, the bed cards, negation fluster storm, destroy bishops. So I don't think I'm gonna bring a tabernacle, since I don't see any card that I just want to cut. Alright. I think this is just what I'm going. Like, tabernacle is obviously nice if they have a bunch of fast mana, but it's not very good. This one is okay. I think I play around strip mine here. Like, we need to get this button play pretty randomly. Oh. Yeah, definitely hands that can win against magic. Jesus Christ, Pelistrana. Gonna fetch island here so I don't want to draw it. Not a bad draw. I think I'm gonna let them flip on the off chance that I get to double swords here. Maybe it's bad because I'm raising the mana crypt, but uh, it's pretty unfortunate. Note. This can at least block now while I'm trying to raise them here. Like, think about this. We can draw a bunch of creatures, right? And we can draw a bunch of blue restrictive spells, which in theory should make us want to play the long game. But they also, like, we also have nothing going for us, right? So, and we are currently winning this race, I think I'm willing to try to race here. It's fine. Yeah. Okay. So we can be nice if we get casted. Like, obviously, the Liberator can blow it up, but I don't think this was good here. I'm gonna cast this big main phase to maybe find another Swords plus land. Time Walk. Oh, interesting choices. So we could take land, Time Walk, hope that we get another spell. Or we could just play it safe and take the swords. Yeah, I think I'm going to take swords, Time Walk here. Still only attacking for 4, so I'm still willing to try to raise here. Like, I can still maybe raise this current plot state, right? I only can attack for 4 each turn. I'm also attacking for 4, but I'm in a higher life total, and I can also get more power with the trigger of the Shredder. I have 2 spells. If I get if I find a land, I can sword Thalia and Time Walk and have a kill next turn. Or even just Time Walk is kill next turn, what I'm saying. Okay, that's game. We want to change something on the draw. Like, something I always consider in these matchups is if I want to cut pro, because you just never really want to pay 2 life, right? But it's also a trigger for Shredder, and the only card I'm thinking about bringing in is Tabernacle. And Tabernacle, to really hit or miss against their deck. They can have draws where Tabernacle is insane, where they only have artifact mana, and maybe even play Collector Oath or something like that. And sometimes it's just bad because they just play 1 creature a turn, and Tabernacle has nothing. I'm probably not playing it then. Man, that's unlucky. Like, and if, even if we find a blue source, it's then just too slow. And also has no colored sources. Our best hand so far. Big Force and a Wasteland, I think. Yeah. Like, I've gotten color screwed really badly the last couple of times. Thought about adding another land. Not sure if somebody has any thoughts on that. Alright. The question is, do we play Stonefish Mystic and Merchant Square Ancestral, hoping we draw a blue sword? Probably not. Probably just endure thoughts them. I'm not gonna sort here so I can A, get a bigger monk if they just have a random haste creature, and B, get exactly that. And having split mine here is really bad for me. Should have let them attack, it was bad. Alright. This is that. They need to find another blue source, because they want to strip my blue source. And this is our way back into this game. Have a palace splitter again? Not great for me. But I don't think that's better than strip mining me here actually. Like, you know, unless they have missed that, I think you just wanna uh, choke me out on cards here. Yeah. Okay. Do I want to trump them here or another token movement though? I think it's better to trump here. I don't want any of these cards. I'm basically just looking for more cantrips here. gun again. That's pretty bad. As now I can't play Stone Fortune mistake. I think I need a mentor here. The monarch here. Thanks, it's really bad. Really distracting. Problem is, like, I take 7 a backswing, I lose a monk token. I think I have to do this. I need another thoughts. Don't see how I'm getting back into this game. Like, the problem is, like, this land they got rid of my island, right? So this land is also gonna untap, tapped, tapped. So I'm still not having any mana to play. I spell. No. And then it was pretty insane. Double Archon, Palastrella, Lumi, Mox Pearl. And I cannot just get another west. But I mean, this is another monk, but unfortunately I can't cast any of the spades, right? Because Archon is in play. Now the question is, do I play around them having flash threat? Like the Jack Far Commando. Can I play around the attack them for 5? Next turn. Probably. Like if I only take a farm creature, my only draw is that flasher. But they put me to 1 with the Archon anyways. I think I have to attack with both here. And. Mm. 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 And I also have another blocker. Probably okay. Yeah. That's actually with a good start coming and attack first up. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, maybe if we didn't move to 5 or they had just a little less powerful hand. But double Archon, White Instrument Mine, Illustrator, it's a little too strong, yeah. Unfortunate. 5-2 against Caleb Eaton. Not a name I recognize. Okay, according to our matchup, or our data collection, there used to be a shops player, but could change, obviously. Especially with the all access pass people again. Yeah, it's a fine hand. Hopefully I don't have to fit the ancestral, but even if I have to, it's fine line. This hand has enough power in it already. That the line I can take. We need to. Like obviously I only gonna do that if I have to, but I'm willing to pitch. Alright. They are not on shops anymore. Confirmed. I'm gonna not. Oh fuck, I should. Yeah, no, it's fine. Okay, then move that. I was going to say fire this off, but I will have to discard the card, so it's not worth. I'm not gonna cast this here into cluster, so I'm gonna wait turn. Like I want them to act first, basically. But I can only do that for. Like my best case here is they cast. Oh, should remove the message. My base case here would be that they cast iteration, but they seem to not want to do that for us. But I'm gonna cast Ancestry here because I want to cast Mentor next turn with Force Backup. So getting them to use either mana or spells from their hand is good here. Like, you have to realize in this matchup, the longer the game goes, the more unfavored you are because their deck plays for expressive iteration. It makes the game really hard for us. Okay, brainstorm into first storm. 9, but fine. Wait, they're forcing this? Okay, if they force, I'm willing to force. It means they don't have Pyroblast or Cluster Storm. Yeah? I mean, these were bad draws, but damn. really not great. So the problem is, it probably means they have a lightning bolt in hand, but I think I have to like if they bolt my mentor here, I can still cast Sword of Fire and Ice and crypt the what's it called with crypt the token, and then the token is safe removal. Would have Force of Negation here, that would also make sense. Right. Fortunate. I'm going to keep this Mox here, so can pay for, we can trigger Letter Shredder and stuff. It could be a bad attack. Like, right, this can block Gaga 1 and I maybe need the swords for Murktide. Probably. Bad attack. I think what we're going to Cluster now is I still want to play the aggressive role here. I'm going to play this then. Basically, wanna have double Fluster and pay for their Fluster, so. Yeah, it's very nice. Now the question is, I think I'm going to cluster this, so like, they could think about using 2 cluster storms here. Okay, could just also not pay. And we also align. Now we have found business. Very tricky because the highest value spell I'm not casting because now they could have just or Paradox. Classification. Interesting card. I think. Like they are losing. Okay. Still don't like this play. Even if this resolves, I'm not sure that I like this very much. If it doesn't resolve, it's just terrible for them. Right? Carded the force negation. Probably means it drew a Pyroblast. Sophie. I take one of the Sophies. I can casting it here. Now the question is, I could cast the stick full time into their obvious Pyroblast and play the Ruby so I can kill the deck Baden. I think I'm going to do that. Like they will have problems dealing with this Caldra. I'm just want to deny them as many draws as I possibly can. Okay, maybe I could have played this better if they just did faster. I was hyper fixated on them having Pyroblast. But yeah, obviously. Something that's also pretty cool, we have enough mana that we can cast Kydra next turn if they kill the Stoneforge. Okay. So against Murktide we side these 3 cards, we take on Force of Negation and Shredder. Force of Negation is just not very good. They take we 2 for 1 ourselves and they don't have many white spades. They don't have game winning spades basically that we want to 2 for 1 ourselves. And Shredder is just very hard to. Basically, you can't cast it on turn 2 because it's blue and it gets Pyroblasted. Very nice if you could get sort of Fire Knights on it, but I think it's the worst card in our deck and we want these 3 cards. Like, we need to be able to deal with Ragavan and Murktide basically, so the swords. Flusterstorm is just the best form of interaction we have. Like, these games will come down to force battle mostly over Stoneforge Mystic, but sometimes over other cards. This card Sand has great pieces, like Misstep is great, Flusterstorm is great, Stoneforge is great. But we already drew Quadra, so if the Stoneforge doesn't resolve, we have a brick in our hand. We only have 1 land and non-basic. I actually think we have to ship this land just to. Like, if we get Wasteland in the center, nothing, right? So, ship this. Yeah. So I think we're gonna ship this Emerald, hope that we find a creature of this Lotus into Preordain. Or maybe draw Preordain. And hopefully get there. Or we could just try to fight over Agavan. I actually like that better. Like if they force here, we crack Lotus, Bluster, and get to cast Preordain. Not the best Lotus ever, but serviceable. Okay. So the question is, do I want to keep the Preordain? I really want to find a threat for next turn. I'm gonna keep one of these. I think what I'm going to do is bottom this Luster Storm on top this Preordain. I want the blue card for this Force and want to dig deeper into my deck for a threat. And we're casting a Preordain because we want which card for Force. What's nice is they already used District Mine, so now our basics are safe. Now we get to. I'm just claiming the stone for Trio with Force backup. It's just too powerful. It just forces them to have an answer now, not spend the turn iterating for free next turn. We're gonna get Reptile draw. Just say maybe they have a single borrower in their deck, but most of this just have zero answers to it. Iteration is fine, we're not gonna waste our force here. And it's game. Right. So round 3, we're playing against Noxtom. Noxtom usually plays some fair Grixis pile. Recently they were on the Red Shamans. With this hand we just like we obviously would like to have one more spell over one of these hands. But these are likely to be good here in this matchup. You can see their hand and hopefully find a threat with Preordain. Right? Technically a flat Panadon I'm interested in. Gonna play this Sandra and hope they want to waste me here. Probably not, but we'll have to try. Alright, the Preordain. Good for us. Now we can wait for him. Now the question is, we know Active or follow. The question is, we know they have lightning bolt in hand, right? So probably not worth playing out the shredder here and holding it for force is probably better. Like if we draw another pre-order in, right, we can grow it out of lightning bolt range. Probably stage through. And I really like to draw some space here, but fortunately, like this. Like they're probably gonna force our ancestral, but that's fine by me. Like my bird is going to draw out, get out of lightning bolt range. They are they're 2-for-1ing them. Interesting. We still know their complete end now. I'm like I said, I'm willing to discard force here, even though it's my only spell because it's getting my bird out of lightning bolt range. Maybe I should have shoved it there. Getting the Kydra on top of the Lotus is pretty good. That's pretty painful. Yeah, like I said, I think it's kinda like obviously holding the fetch for brainstorm is also pretty good, but I think getting to Kydra also work. So now the question is, do I want to get another trigger here? I could play both my mana sources. Yeah, it's also preferable. And I think I want to do that here. Like, it's good draw. Like, I just want to get this game over with, right? Like, they have just a grip full of cards that they're just waiting to use. I just want to try to end this game before they can play to their cards. And now we get to see this interaction. Maybe they force it, but otherwise, okay. Otherwise, I could just cast Kydra here. I probably would grab. I probably still grab Kydra. So they're at 5. I think I'm going to deploy this bird here. Like if they, now I'm fine if they want to board this bird next turn because they're just going to die to this bird, right? And if I am able to double spell next turn, they probably die to both birds. Yeah. Wasteland is a messed up metal card. Yeah. Agreed. So we didn't see much of them. But like I said, they're usually on some kinds of Grixis control. So I suggest probably boarding like this again, like same way I board against Murktide. But I'm looking up again. Maybe this recent list can tell me something. Or changes my mind. Okay, stuff this didn't have Night Whisper, but maybe it's just the same list with the anti-cut painful truth for Night Whisper possibility. In which case this is probably but just probably show this here. The last list, the other list that second. I think that's I mean they have 4 blasts post board. I would assume they bring them all in, but I don't know. They just have also more removals than tempo, so maybe I can't cut the shredders. Maybe I try leaving the shredders and don't cut them. Maybe I could only one shredder. I think they have more creatures, right? The scent is just not good. Like same way I would think I would approach this maybe just the same way like I approach Market, right? They have just more card advantage spells than me, so the longer the game goes, the more favored they are. So I want to mulligan into a hand that's doing things early. It's doing things early. Also not great, but I don't think I want to go to 5. That runs fine. Stretch out. Annoying. I'm not gonna cast Turbitor here, I want them to commit. Casting is now looking for Flash Storm to is Stonewatch Mystic good enough here? They counter my whole feature next turn for Stoneforge. Don't think it's good enough here. I think I need another action. And it's technically a Flash Storm, but not good enough I think. But I could see that being wrong, and I should keep the Stoneforge there. Another question is, do I do the whole feature now, or what do I try to get them attack with the Dreadhorde to get Mach value? I think I do it now. Not have them not let them not find the Pyroblast if they don't have it, basically. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, Dreadhorde is probably gonna bury me pretty quickly now. especially with the font history. It's risk with descent, right? Like all in on the horn feature, but I just I don't know. I don't think I can mulligan to 5. Well, I mean I can mulligan to 5, but I'm not sure that the 5 is better than what is presented my opponent. It's just a very good view. And it's just too much value, you know. If I don't have force already in hand, I think I should have left force. I'm not putting this. I want to change something on the play. Yeah. Uh, uh, I'll leave it this way. Like, I need blockers for both Ragavan and the Dreadhorde. And this deck isn't made to beat this. My opponent can. This deck isn't designed to beat BRK Athletics mostly, right? It's a hyper efficient deck that functions because the top decks don't have that much interaction or not interaction that lines up with what I'm doing. And that allows me to do things. Man. Will I keep this? I don't have that many white sources in my deck is a problem. I have like 17, I think. Only 13. I'm not sure if I can keep. Would you keep this, not me? I guess I have to try it. Not sure if that's correct. I have double Stoneforge turn 1, I get to keep up plus the next turns. And Preordains can take me. And I could just have Volcanic Lightning Bolt and I look like a fool. White sauce, please. literally think I'm going to keep the Max Ruby so I can have the Flusterstorm up if they have like Stifle or something. I'm not sure if they have any else in their deck. That's game. This card is so busted. Also probably I think right end should probably restrict it, but I think it would be better if right end is restricted, but we also would need to get rid of Elsa Sire, so probably not gonna happen. And that's not free. 10. Free anticlimactic. These games weren't very interactive, right? Like, I mean, they were cast a lot of Force of Wills, but they didn't do much game 1 and 3, and game 2 they just had so much value that I couldn't do anything. I don't feel on which row? Yeah, it's okay. I'm gonna need and probe, see if we need more interaction or if we can fix for that. Is there another way to draw? Man, collectibles when I draw triple moxon is pretty rough. That on the other hand is a pretty nice draw. Now the question is, do I play this turn 1? Or do I wait a turn? Oh no, I can't wait a turn because he has the mox. Sorry, my bad. But now it's an interesting question. Do I force the mox? Like, I know he doesn't have any 1-drops in his hand, and his one is also dead at the moment. That could be worth slowing him down. I think I'm going to do that. I get another main turtle and can't take the collector over this turn. Damn. Was an insane draw for them. That was an insane draw for me. Oh, I just need to find another mana source. Obviously can't get, even if source could be good, I can't get it because they have collector override. Offer a trade here. They have one card in hand. That was probably gonna get there. Oh, can step back. I think I'm just gonna bring the swords. Dress down is not the worst, but I'm not sure if I need it. My creatures are just better than theirs. I don't think I want dress down, at least not on the draw. the keep. It's a bit slow, but against back it's okay. And since they saw all the mocks in game 1, they might also lean on the Force Trigger hand. Or they have 4 color. Yeah, it's absolutely fine with me. I'm gonna lean on Ponder here since I want to see more cards. True. So I need a minute. Attacking message. I'm gonna force this into solo on cards, but and they couldn't beat the card of game 1. I think it's nice combo deck. Probably for the day, not that great at multitasking. Kein interested. What card? I wanted a card. What they representing is opposition agent. I'm not gonna get into this. Yeah. Okay. Alright, round 5 against Supercow. Supercow has a pretty big range, so can't make any assumptions what they're on. The sense unfortunately has no color process again. This is a keep. So the question is, what do I ship you? I think it's just a land. Obviously, if they have, let's say, like a deck of dust that's not good, I want to land. But I think land is my worst card here. I have a nose and spree. Let's just hope that they're not. They don't have a second bazaar or revival. Okay, let's go first. I'm gonna keep this and putting the Lotus down because I can play 2 birds next turn and get a trigger. And trip eventually. I think I'm willing to fight here if they want to fight. think this was wrong. I should have let the Lotus later go Shredder into Brainstorm next turn. Right, it didn't matter. Okay, against 3, it's super difficult. I'm never sure what to take out because I want all of these cards. And unlike Dredge, you can't just take out all your counter magic and stuff. They just like hybrid just good against 3, unlike Hogek. You kinda need your Dave Spades because they're playing a long game. You kinda need your basics because they're Wasteland deck. Really hard what to take out here. Last time, I don't know if this is right, but I think this might be correct. Like, you basically just don't have time, right? You want to keep up plus the stormer at all times because you're probably losing. Could also just cut my forces, it's also a possibility. Actually, I think I like that. Cut the forces. Yeah. Like I'm just going to lose every counterfight anyways, right? Just play way more. It's pretty good end. Right armor. Opponent moved to 4. We have turn 1 Hull Breacher plus Leyline. That's hopefully good enough. Yeah, like the cyber farm. Gonna run out of this. This hand might just lose, it's just very slow. But I have to Wasteland, Tabernacle, and Ancestral, and Containment Priest if I get there. I think this is just worth keeping, but they have triple Vengevine in the other end, so we just might get murdered again. Looks like, yeah. I'm gonna do this here in the upkeep before they get the blue card back to hand. So now we need to play Tabernacle and hope that they don't have a way to trigger the Vine's next turn again. Possible I messed up by not fetching. Nice. By not fetching Tundra here. Because seems like a wrong timing calculator, to be honest. Okay. I think I'm gonna play Containment Priest first. Like the way I lose this is they're getting the wind rush back, right? So and now I can waste them the next turn. on this turn. So it's one of the rollers. Oh, I don't need Nito. Right, that is die. Interesting. I could cast the ley lines, but I'm probably not. And if I'm gonna do that, I'm probably just gonna cast the High Breacher. Yeah, I wanna finish this game quickly now for the outfit. Nice. We're 4-1 now. That means if we win this, we are in the top 8. If we lose this, we're likely not in the top 8 because our breakers aren't that great. So yeah. Round 6 against the Armor Killer is probably a win. Another Bazaar gamer. Another ski gamer. I think I have to force you. Probably just gonna force back, but or not. So we were gonna keep the Shredder for sure. Question is, do we keep the sword? Because with the sword, the Shredder can't fury it. I think that's the star. Edge. So the question is, do we want to dig for another wasteland or play the Shredder? I think we have to play the Shredder here. We need pressure. Like obviously, if we find wasteland, it would be better to ponder for wasteland. Yeah, that was. But if I miss, it's terrible, right? So hopefully they don't get to venture thing. Yeah. I just want another. Like I said, what often happens when you play this deck is you have to visualize what your win condition is. or what the lose condition is better. And the longer this game goes, the more likely are they to find more bazaars, the more likely are they to proc these bench mines and just kill me. So what I'm trying to do is to assemble a combination of cards that disrupt them and kill them before they get online. I think I'm gonna shred here and I just need the power. But I'm gonna cast Brainstorm to activate Shredder and hope. Maybe that was bad, because I have a branch. Yeah. I think that was bad. Okay, that was a nice draw. Of course, now, of course, our cantrips are great. Now putting them to 6, so next turn any spell is lethal. We have any caster with spell, I should say. Right, it's fine. It's game. So like last game, I'm gonna bring in these 10 cards. Take out these 10 cards. Basically every grade rotate. And I'm going to take out my forces because they just have more counter spells. Like I wanna cast Flusters because I actually can win the counter war. Then Shredder is just my worst threat and I'm replacing it with Containment Priests. So it's just too slow. And yeah, this that and hope aren't great. Like me. Yeah. I mean, the set is obviously weak to Hurdle 1, but would roller. But I'm not allowed to just mulligan any hand because it's weak to Hurdle 1, right? Just too many hands that just qualify under that mantra. Those are just very playable. So I'm gonna cast Shredder, either Cluster or Preordain. Shredder just can really quickly grow out of range of other one. I think I'm gonna discard the Cluster here. And keep the Lotus because I can flash and return in response to the activating buzzer. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I kind of wish. I'm going to take this so I can play Mentor and Ponder. Or do this now. Nice. Top 8. Yeah, this deck's really like you always play from behind, right? But it's just such a rewarding deck, and it just like it just plays the powerful cards, right? You can just do these things. Like how I approach deck building, right? Is I'm not trying to brew decks or anything. I make decks that I actually think are really good. Like I wouldn't play something like I don't know, what like Survival of the Fittest or something like that, right? Not to trash the deck, but that's just not what interests me. I really believe that this deck does powerful things, unique things that are good in the current metagame, and yeah, I mean it gives me a lot of top 8s, so yeah, I like this deck. It's Namasquatch has been playing Hogek. Yep, I'm gonna keep this. If they're not playing Hogek, I have Misstep Cluster. And if they have Hogek, I have turn 1 Stoneforge. And Misstep 4 Death Fight if they're on the turn plan. Cancel, make it follow. Okay, we're on Bazaar Gaming. Not that great. The question is, do I want to misstep this Swoopwaller because it's casting Hogek and it's going to deal me probably 2 damage anyway? And I think the answer is yes. Double Hard one is a problem. Return late fast. Not sure if it's fast enough. Here. Taking 4, 9, and that was that other one. Man, this card is just all coins of spam. And so if you want these 9 cards, we don't want Obligation, maybe just Buster Storms, Sophie. I think the last card's Trella, but look it up. Makes sense. And it's not powerful enough, I can have better hands. Like this. I mean, like this game 1, right, we would have won on the play, but fortunately our opponent had double hollow 1 in the draw. On 1. They were on the play and we were on the draw. So, fortunately. We have to play defense here. Sucks, but works also. One of the cards we need to win this game. Okay, this could be the card we need to win this game. And I can certainly do things here. Wonder what the hand is. They didn't cast any spell last turn. Okay. 84, make it for follow. Flashcast and 1 Hogak. I don't even know if I wanna counter Hogak. Don't think so. I think I want to have this force when I have this mentor in play. I think I need this token. Hmm. Mhm. Going to 8. Maybe I should have countered that Switcher supplier. Like, I get a Windschwein and a Hogek, that is an insane flip. I really have to hope like a draw can change some draw space. Now that now I would obviously love to have the Sophie in my deck. But right, is that? And those are not the cards. What the hell do I take here? Probably take Emerald just for another monk. And like Westland just doesn't do anything here. It's the Dryad Arbor, but it's even good. If I just take Tundra. Hmm. I think. Mhm. Right. To start. But yeah. Thankfully, the next cards were good enough. Now we'll get in a draw. Let's do this. Well, I hand to what we had game one, right? This beats the fair plan from Hogek, but doesn't beat the explosive Vengefine. Hence, think like I don't think I can keep those hands. I'm not on a draw. This is obviously not keepable. And this is our best hand so far. Force land, I guess. Give the Mox if we draw Stoneforge or Shredder turn 1. Pretty happy that we mulliganed first land now. Since they're again on a powerful weather hand. I am gonna waste them here since I mean they are low on cards, right? They're pushing for 10 damage, yeah, it's pretty rough. What is now? So they can't draw mistake. Man, unfortunate. That's the power of it, right? Unfortunate. Man, those would have been good cards. it's going to end our streak here. Work is a really powerful deck, and sometimes you just get caught. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna stream the challenge tomorrow as well. If anyone wants to watch. And have a nice evening to everybody. Bye.